3.5 Ecoboost with a P1447. If you look over here, it will give you a diagram under the EVAP stuff of how this system operates over here. As you can see, this is the purge valve. It's got a double check valve here, and so this line, the short hose, goes to the behind the throttle blades, so that'll be hooked up to manifold vacuum, except for under boost it has this check valve so it don't blow back towards the tank. And each time there's a drive cycle, it opens the purge valve under minimal boost conditions and measures or monitors the fuel tank pressure sensor to make sure there's not an increase of pressure. If there is, it sets this code. This other fitting here, it's a double check valve in here. This goes to an ejector valve on the intake here, and one side of the ejector valve goes to the low pressure air intake tube. The other side goes before the throttle blade, so this is going to be pressurized with boost. So what happens is pressurized air flows through this hose and then goes through, see, it's coming from this way, coming from the throttle body side, and then this hose goes to the intake. It's creating a siphon gun effect. This hose hooks up to the purge valve, check valve thing that I was just showing you. So it creates its own vacuum there. So even under boost, it can still operate the purge valve. Now this code, I just hooked up 12 volts to this purge valve, and it is bad. It did go on and off a couple times, but for the most part, it was not doing much on the inside, and eventually I couldn't even suck through it anymore. It's just intermittently bad. The way the check valve should work, you should be able to suck through both of these hoses when this purge valve is open. But you should not be able to have the purge valve closed and still suck. Like, it shouldn't be able to go from here to here. Only air can pass this way, it can pass this way, but it will not be able. Now if you just barely give it just a little bit of suction with your mouth, you'll feel that little valve in there fluttering, and you can get a little bit of air to pass. But if you put much vacuum at all on it, it seals off completely. Same if you try to blow through it, you can blow just a little bit through it, put any type of pressure, it closes it off.